Welcome to Bethlehem Institute of Engineering. Bethlehem Institute of Engineering is affiliated to Anna University, Chennai and approved by AICTE, New Delhi. This institution was established in the year 2008.
Good morning, everybody. I am Arul Edwin Raj, Associate Professor of ECE Department, Bethlehem Institute of Engineering. Today I am going to take the classes in the topic Coordination System in Electromagnetic Field. First, we are going to study about what is electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic is the study of effect of charges at rest and charges in motion. Some special cases of electromagnetics are electrostatics, that means charges at rest, and electrostatics, charges in steady motion, that is a DC charge. Electromagnetic, charges in time varying motion, that is AC. The fundamental vector field quantities in electromagnetics are electric field intensity, is denoted by E, units watts per meter. And then second one is electric flux density, or other name is electric displacement, it is mentioned by B, and unit is coulombs per square meter. Then third one is magnetic field intensity, denoted by H, its unit is amps per meter. Then magnetic flux density is denoted by B, its unit is Teslas, otherwise Webers per square meter. Then introduction. When an event is in one place has an effect on something at the different location, we talk about the event as being connected by a field. So first we are going to study about the field. A field is a spatial distribution of a quantity. In general, it can be either scalar or vector in nature. So here, because of this field, this covers effect and its mobile effect, both are interconnected. Next one, difference between the scalar and vector. Scalar, it has only the magnitude, there is no direction for scalar. So once I repeat, scalar is only the magnitude, there is no direction. Examples, volume, mass, and time, all these are only magnitude. Vector, it has both magnitude and direction. Yes, both magnitude and direction is called vector. Example, force, velocity, acceleration, and momentum, etc. Then unit vector and direction vector. A unit vector is a vector with a magnitude of 1 unit. Any vector can be expressed as a scalar multiple of its unit vector. Here consider a vector OA, the figure OA. Its unit vector is small a suffix OA vector, that is indicates the direction of OA. This magnitude is R. Now the unit vector, we can say the unit vector AOA vector is equal to this length vector OA vector divided by modulus of this vector OA modulus vector. Here in a coordination system, 3 axes are there: x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So the unit vector of the direction of x-axis ax, the unit vector of the direction of y-axis ay, and the unit vector in the direction of z-axis az. So in a coordination system, 3 unit vectors are there: ax, ay, az. Then position vector. The vector here, this point, P point. How we are drawing this P point? Here, this point P is called X, Y, Z. That means this is X-axis, this is Y-axis, this is Z-axis. Both are perpendicular to each other. Here, I represent the unit vector in X-axis, J represent unit vector in Y-axis, Z represent, K represent unit vector in Z-axis. So, in this coordination system, we have to denote a point P of X, Y, Z. That means the X-axis it has a length of X, this is X length, and Y-axis it has a length of Y. So this point is X, Y. Then Z-axis it has the length of Z. So when you are projecting this point to Z the distance, we will get a point in here. So this point is called P of X, Y, Z. Otherwise, this point is called P of X, Y, Z. The vector joining the origin, this is origin. The vector joining the origin and the point P is called position vector. So this is going to be R vector. So the vector joining origin to the point P is called position vector. It is represented by position vector R vector equal to X into I vector plus Y into J vector plus Z into K vector. Then distance vector. The vector difference between 2 points is called distance vector. The difference between 2 points, vector difference between 2 points is called distance vector. Here we are considering 2 points, P of x1, y1, z1 and Q of x2, y2, z2. Now the distance between the 2 points is called distance vector. So we can say this, the distance between these 2 points is PQ vector. Here point P we can write in vector form is x into x1 into ax vector plus y1 into ay vector plus z1 into az vector. Here x1, y1, z1 are magnitude in the direction of x, y and z. Point Q is nothing but the vector Q is x2 into ax vector plus y2 into ay vector plus z2 into az vector. Now the distance vector PQ is equal to nothing but Q vector minus P vector. So here this is Q vector. So Q vector minus P vector. So x2 minus x1 of ax vector plus y2 minus y1 of ay vector plus z2 minus z1 of ax vector. So modulus of this vector is, you know, that root of magnitude of square of this magnitude plus square of this magnitude plus square of this magnitude. So we can say root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. Now the unit vector in the direction of position vector, that means unit vector represented by a vector, the direction of PQ, that means this is PQ. So unit vector in the direction of PQ is nothing but, otherwise unit vector along PQ is, we already studied, PQ vector divided by modulus of PQ vector. This is PQ vector, this is modulus of PQ vector. Then coordination system. Coordinating systems are often used to specify the position of a point, but they may also be used to specify the position of more complex figures such as lines, planes, circles and spheres. The choice of the coordination system is based on the problem one is studying. Certain problems are solved easily by using rectangular coordination system, whereas certain others are not. Some coordination systems make it easier to describe a system. Coordinates give you a systematic way of naming the points in the space. In coordination system, consider a set of locations in your room. Each point has a unique identity, but they don't come with names. We can use descriptions like the point at the corner of the desk or this set of points exactly 3 inches from the top of the lamp, but that sort of thing is ad hoc. If we can name them systematically, we can start reasoning about the whole space. A simple way to systematically name every point, called a Cartesian coordination system, is to give its perpendicular distance from the floor and two adjacent walls. Each point gets a unique name in the system. If the room is circular, you have to make an imaginary wall, or you could use the height from the floor, the distance from the center, and the angle between a line from the center to the point and a line from the center to another fixed point, like the door. This is an example of cylindrical coordinates. On the globe, these systematically name location by giving their latitude, longitude, and altitude. You are using a spherical coordination planes in real life. So this is one sphere. So in each and every point, we can systematically define it. This point means it has some values in x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Likewise, we can mention each point in a system, in a coordination system. So first, we have actually three coordination systems are there. In that, the first coordination system is Cartesian coordination system. Cartesian coordination system. Here, in Cartesian coordinate system, we are using three planes. That one is x constant plane, this is x constant plane, this is y constant plane, and this is z constant plane. So, the x constant plane is parallel to the yz plane. So, this is parallel to the yz plane. This is z, this is y. So, y constant plane is parallel to the xz plane, and z constant plane is parallel to the yz plane. So when we are joining these three planes, we are getting like this. Like this. This is xy plane. This is xz plane. This is xy plane. This is yz plane. Now the ranges. This x can be ranged from minus infinity to plus infinity, and also y can range from minus infinity to plus infinity. And same z can be ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. So the differential element in a Cartesian coordination system. So for differential element, we have to choose any point in a Cartesian system. After choosing that point, we have to increase the length of x direction, y direction, z direction by a small length, that is dx, dy, dz. So from that point, consider this is a point P. From that point, we have to increase the differential length dx in x direction. So this is x direction. In x direction, we are increasing dx distance. And y direction, we have to increase dy distance. And z direction, we have to increase dz direction. So dx, dy, dz direction. That time we will get a parallel paper like this. This is called differential element. So the vector joining these three coordinates is called differential element vector. This is called DL, differential element vector. DL nothing but dx into ax vector plus dy into ay vector plus dz into az vector. Magnitude of the differential length vector is nothing but root of dx the whole square plus dy the whole square plus dz the whole square. Here the volume of this parallelepiped is differential volume is dv is equal to length into width into height, dx, dy, dz. Then in Cartesian system, surface vector. So when we are considering this parallelepiped, three type of surfaces are there. That means this is a one surface, and top surface and bottom surface are same. Then this is another one surface. The left surface and right surface are same, and also front and back surface are same. So three surfaces we can see. So the surface vector nothing but ds is equal to differential ds means differential surface vector dx vector is equal to differential surface ds into the perpendicular vector an to that surface. So ds is differential surface area of the element, an is unit vector normal to that differential surface. Here three different surfaces are there. That means first one is differential surface perpendicular to x. So this one, differential surface perpendicular to x. This is x direction. So perpendicular to x. So dy dz. That is dy dz, and its perpendicular vector is ax. Similarly, differential surface perpendicular to y direction. This is what. This is y direction, so this surface is perpendicular to y direction. Its surface is dx dz and the perpendicular vector is ay. Last one, the differential vector perpendicular to z direction. So this is a surface, differential surface perpendicular to z direction. Its length is dx into dy. Its unit vector is az. So next coordination system is cylindrical coordination system. To consider the cylindrical coordination system, we need three objects. First one is a cylinder with radius r. This cylinder with radius r. The radius of cylinder is r. Then one constant plane. This is a constant plane. This makes angle phi with the xz plane. So it's making angle phi with the xz plane. The third one constant z plane parallel to the xy plane. So three surfaces. Here is arranges. So this is cylindrical with radius r. This radius can be varies from 0 to infinity. So r can vary from 0 to infinity. Phi means angle. Angle always varies from 0 to 360 degree. That means phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. Then z-axis can vary from minus infinity to plus infinity. So in Cartesian coordination system, three axes are x, y, z. But in cylindrical coordination system, three parameters are r, phi, and z. Then when we are interconnecting these 3 points, 3 surfaces, 3 objects, so this origin and this object origin and also this one. When you interconnect these 2, 3, you get like this. This is a point. In that point, the 3 objects are intersecting. So this is a cylinder, and this is a constant z plane, and this is an angle, the plane making angle phi. So when you interconnect this point is called P of r, phi, z. Here in this point, the 3 vectors, 3 axes r, phi, z. So these unit vectors, the r vectors varies like this. When the radius of cylinder increases, also the cylinder also increases in this direction. So this is ar direction. Also z varies like this. So this is an az direction. But phi varies like this. Actually, phi varies like this. Phi varies like this. So we are making this. So these are the 3 unit vectors in the cylindrical coordination system, that is ar, a phi, and az. Now the vector of the point P is nothing but P vector is equal to PR into AR plus P phi into A phi plus P z into AZ. Then differential elements. So from this point we have to increase phi by d phi times and z by dz times and r by dr times. So we are increasing phi by d phi times. This is d phi times, and r by dr times. Then z by dz times. That time we are going to another one parallel. Here, very important thing. Here, this side is an arc. This is an arc shape. So this is an arc. We have to find out the arc length. But d phi is angle. Then this distance is radius of circle r. This angle is d phi. So this arc length we can say r into d phi. R into d phi. So we can say that this differential element. Here we are using 3 differential elements. One is dr. This is dr length. Dr. This is. Another one is r into d phi. This length is r into d phi. Dz. This is dz. Now the differential vector is differential length vector dl vector equal to dr into ar vector plus r into d phi into a phi vector plus dz into x vector. So differential length vector's magnitude is nothing but modulus of dl vector equal to root of dr the whole square plus r into d phi the whole square plus dz the whole square. And the differential volume dv is equal to r into dr d phi dz. The same as a Cartesian system. Then differential surfaces. Here also three different surfaces are there. First surface, differential surface is differential surface perpendicular to r direction. The next one is differential surface perpendicular to phi direction. Next one differential surface perpendicular to z direction. So the differential vector perpendicular to r direction nothing but this one. So this length into this width. This length is dz. This width is r into d phi. So r into d phi into dz. Then this unit vector is ar. Similarly, the differential vector perpendicular to phi direction. This one is this length into this width. So dr into dz. The perpendicular direction is a phi. Similarly, the differential surface vector perpendicular to z direction is nothing but this length into this width. That means r into d phi into dr. R into d phi into dr. The direction is a z direction. Then the relation between the Cartesian cylindrical coordination system. What is the relation? We know that this is Cartesian x, y, z. So this is a point P. This is point P. This is point. And we are saying this is x direction. This is y length, and this is r. Now we are taking this as one rectangle triangle. This also rectangle. So this is angle phi. This is 90 degree. So we can say x is equal to r into sin. When we are using Pythagoras theorem, we will get x distance. X is equal to r into sin phi. R into sin phi. And also this is y. Y is equal to is the same as r into sin phi. The z is common to both rectangular and cylindrical. So z equal to z. So using this, we can convert cylindrical into Cartesian. Suppose we have to convert the Cartesian into cylindrical means we have to use this formula. When you are solving these equations, two equations, you get r is equal to root of x square plus y square. Then phi is equal to tan inverse y by x. Then z is common to both. So z is equal to common z. Then spherical coordination system. The spherical coordination system is very closer to the cylindrical coordination system. And here also we are using three surfaces. One is spherical, one sphere with radius r, another one a reverse circular cone with half angle is theta. Reverse circular cone with half angle is theta. Also, the apex of cone is fixed in the arch. Apex means this point is called apex. Apex is fixed in the arch. Then we are using another one plane. This is making constant plane. This is making phi angle. So here first one r, then theta, then phi. Here r varies from 0 to infinity. We know that radius of sphere varies from 0 to infinity. The theta is an half angle. So theta varies up to max like this. So theta varies from 0 to phi. Then phi similarly like a cylindrical coordinate system it varies from 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Similarly, same case when we are interconnecting the three objects, we get a common point in P. This point is called P of r, comma, theta, comma, phi. So this is sphere, this is circular cone, this is constant x. And integrating these two, we get P. Yes, that. So we have cut it out the unwanted portions that I make it like this. This is point P. So this is r, this is r. So the unit vector, the direction of r is like this. This is r vector. Then phi varies like this. Phi varies like this. So this is a phi. Phi varies like this. Then theta varies. Theta varies like this. Theta varies like this. So theta is direction. So theta direction. This is ar direction. This is a phi direction. Is like this. It is showing here. So the position vector P is equal to nothing but PR into AR plus P theta into A theta plus P phi into A phi. Here also differential vector, we have to increase the theta by d phi. Sorry, theta by d theta. This is d theta. So this is R. So its arc length is nothing but this is R. This is d theta. So this length is R into d theta. Here you can see. And also this length also arc. This length also arc. To find out this arc, we are taking this point like this. This length is nothing but R into sine theta. This using when you are using Pythagoras theorem like this, so this length is R into sine theta. So this length R into sine theta means this is also R into sine theta. The center angle is d phi. So we can say this length is R sine theta into d phi. Then this length is nothing but dr. Dr. This is R. Dr. This is dr. So three different lengths are R sine theta d phi, R sine theta d phi, then dr, then d phi. Like this is mentioned here, it's clearly mentioned. So this is a radius of sphere. The angle between the two portions is d theta. So this is R, this is length is R, this angle is d theta. So this arc length is nothing but R into d theta. Then we are increasing R by dr times. So this is dr. Then this arc is nothing but already we studied R sine theta into d phi. Okay. So differential length in R direction is dr. Differential length in theta direction is R into d theta. Then differential length in phi direction is R sine theta into d phi. So the differential length vector dl is equal to dr into ar plus r d theta into a phi plus r sine theta d phi into a phi. So modulus of differential vector is nothing but root of dr square plus r into d theta whole square plus r into sine theta into d phi whole square. So differential volume nothing but multiplication of these three surfaces. So differential volume is equal to dv is equal to r square plus sine theta dr d theta d phi. Then differential surfaces like differential surface perpendicular to r direction, differential surface vector perpendicular to theta direction, differential surface vector perpendicular to phi direction. So this is differential surface vector perpendicular to r direction. So this is r sine theta d phi into r d theta. So r into r square. So r square sine theta d theta d phi. And the perpendicular direction is ar. This is ar is missing here for ar. And the differential surface vector perpendicular to phi direction is theta direction is like this, dr into r sine theta d phi, r sine theta dr into d phi. Then perpendicular vector is a phi, a theta. Similarly, differential surface perpendicular to phi direction is this one direction, r d theta into dr. So r d theta into dr. Then the relation between the Cartesian and spherical. Let's say x is equal to r sine theta cos phi and y is equal to this is a relation between Cartesian and cylindrical. So we can convert cylindrical using this formula. We can convert cylindrical into Cartesian. So x is equal to r sine theta cos phi, y is equal to r sine theta sin phi, z is equal to r cos theta. Similar like this. Like this. So z is equal to r cos theta. So this is x. And when we are converting Cartesian into cylindrical, so spherical, we are getting r is equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square, and theta is equal to cos inverse z by x square plus y square plus z square, and phi is equal to tan inverse y by x. And the multiplications is another session. Okay.